Hi friends, this is Karen Barrett from Journey Soul Transformational Services, and today I would like to speak a little bit about how to open yourself to romantic love. Are you ready? Good. Let's get started. My first tip or idea has to do with forgiveness and letting go. If you have had your heart broken during a relationship, it's probable that you're still thinking about the other person, and you find yourself wondering what they're doing, if they're having a good time, if they miss you, if they already found another partner. And as understandable as that is, the truth is that by doing so, you're still connecting yourself to them. It's almost like still being in love, but from a darker place. So do go through your forgiveness process. Accept what happened, take the lessons, forgive the person, forgive yourself if necessary, and really cut the ties. There is a song in Spanish that says, please, please hate me, because being hated hurts more, hurts less, sorry, than being forgotten. So true liberation comes when you realize that days and days have passed and you have not dedicated one thought to that person. So once you have done that, you have really opened the gates for possibilities to come into your life because you are not connected energetically to another person. So do your forgiveness process and let go. And that was tip number one. Now, tip number two has to do with love. In this case, with self love. Learn to love and appreciate yourself. Love yourself madly and deeply. Because if you don't do that, why should anybody else do it? If you cannot see your wonderful qualities, why would anybody else do it? If you don't look at yourself and say, whoa, I'm quite a catch, why would anybody else realize it? The more you love yourself and you accept yourself, the more you will attract people to your life. Think about when people fall in love with another person, the first day of the romance. Somehow they are glowing and they're smiling and they're happy and they're content and there's an aura about them that makes you smile and somehow share in their happiness. But the same is true when you're really, really in love with yourself. There's an aura around you that will attract people to you. Being in love with yourself will also take you away from the victim place. You will not be like, oh, I'm so sad. My life is horrible. I need to be rescued because I can't stand this loneliness. Blah, 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 blah. And it will put you in the place of co creation. You know, I am lovely. I am lovable. I am in a perfect place in my life. Yes, I would like to share this with another person because I have so much to offer that I'm ready to go to a new stage in my life. That is a relationship. Can you see the difference from, oh, poor me, I need love desperately because otherwise I will die, to, I am so happy with who I am that I am ready to share with another person. It's a total different perspective. And it will help attract different kind of people and see you and help you see you. So it seems differently. When you're in the victim place, you're in the danger of accepting these ideas of better this than nothing. So you may affect people and situations in your life that were you more positive and more certain about yourself, you would not do it. And most likely, those people or the situations will not quite really work for you. Whereas when you're in the situation that, wow, I'm such a catch and I'm ready to share with other person, you have the time and you have the perspective of choosing what is really good for you and not accept something just because, you know, I'd rather have this instead of that. So love yourself and show it. Okay? That's tip number two. Now, tip number three has to do with tip number two in the sense of lifestyle. Once we love ourselves and we're happy with who we are and where we are in our life, we start thinking about a partner, we tend to make like this list. I would like a person that has this quality and live life this way. So maybe I want a compassionate person that is really involved in community and volunteering. Okay. Or I want a really joyful, happy-go-lucky person who takes risk, and part of taking risk is maybe doing sports, extreme sports, or jumping out of parachutes or going up the mountain. That's very nice. But if you yourself are not doing that, or you yourself are not exploiting those qualities you're asking of the person, when that person comes into your life, you won't have that much in common. So the chances of the relationship to really create roots and grow are very slim. But also ask yourself, why are you asking a person with certain qualities doing certain activities that you may not be doing in this moment? I think that when that happens, it's an invitation to ourselves to explore ourselves and see if those are seeds within our soul that are asking to come out. Maybe there's something in your spirit or in your personality that's saying, well, yes, we have to live life this way and we have got to know and explore certain qualities. But I have the seeds of these other qualities that I think they're ready to open and come out. So maybe you have had, let's not quite shallow, but let's say a life that is really pretty much around your everyday stuff. And when you ask for a man to be compassionate and working in the community where that is good, it's also an invitation to look inside and see if the seed of compassion is starting to come out from within you, and there's a call for you to work in the community. So by doing that, by living the life that you're hoping your future partner will have, there's a more physical opportunity that you will find this person. I mean, if you want a compassionate man, work in the community and you yourself are compassionate and are working with the community in different volunteering projects, it's very likely that you will find a man with this quality or a woman with this quality. That if you hope that, but you spend the whole day watching TV. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's less likely. But it's not only the physical aspect of it, being in the right place at the right time, but it's also the spiritual aspect of it. Again, if you maybe in the time of your life where you're more interested in making money, but yet you're asking for a compassionate guy who's into volunteering, when you meet, I'm sure there will be other qualities that will keep you together, but not quite as much because you won't have as many things as possible. Now, this is not to say that you have to change yourself for every person that comes into your life. You do this before the person comes into your life. And that's why you look within and see all these seeds within and say, well, I want a man with this lifestyle because I want that lifestyle, because I'm ready for that lifestyle. I want a man with these qualities. I say a man because I'm a woman, but woman, man, partner, you know what I mean. I want a partner with these qualities because I feel these qualities stirring in me, or these qualities are already in me. So I want a like-minded person. It's, it's not that you're going to have your perfect twin. That hardly ever happens. But the more things that you have in common, the more values that you share, the more visions that you share, the more chances that the relationship has to actually work. So that would be tip number 3. Create the lifestyle that you would like the perfect partner to have and live and enjoy. Which takes us to tip number 4, which is a bit more practical, but still related to 2 and 3. And it has to do with opening spaces for a relationship. Sometimes we go and say, oh, I want a partner, I want love, I want a family, because we are romantic. But the reality is that We are at a point in our life where we may not have the actual time or focus for our relationship. Sometimes people forget that a relationship needs as much work and as much commitment, if not more, than the work and commitment that you place in your career, for example, or in your studies if you're in university, or in a particular project that you want to take up. So when you're asking for a relationship into your life, you have to look at your life and say, okay, this is my life. Where in my life am I going to have a relationship? We already said the lifestyle that you want. So as your life is right now, where would you meet this man or this woman? When would you do the activities? Did you have time on Friday, on Saturday, on Wednesday? Did you really have the physical time to share these values and these activities and these ideas? Um, how convenient is it in this moment in time for you to have a relationship? Maybe you're a single parent, and this is a moment when you have to focus on your children. Maybe you're a writer, and this is the moment you have to focus on your book. Is this the moment to have a relationship? But opening spaces is not only the physical aspect of it. When am I going to have this relationship and where am I going to have it? But it also has to do with the inner aspect of ourselves. If we have been alone for some time, we have created routine and we have created way of seeing life and we have our own values. And when we call a relationship into a life, we also making an agreement to make decisions, whatever we are aware of or not. Okay? So are you ready to change your routine? Are you ready to maybe gyrate a little bit when it comes to your point of view? Are you ready to listen to a second voice and give it the attention that it needs? You know, yes, you may be an independent person and that's good. But in a relationship, you do have to listen to the partner. And it's just not a polite listening, yeah, yeah, whatever. But a true listening and in-depth listening. And see how much of that you're ready to take. A relationship will change you. It will change the way you live life. Are you ready for that? And if the answer is yes, go for it. But if the answer is not, think it twice. Think it twice before deciding, oh, I want to go for a relationship. And remember, don't go for the better this than nothing. It's better to be alone than to be in a half-hearted relationship. It's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to the other person. So do look at your life and see if you have the spaces there within and without to really commit to a relationship. And that's tip number 4. So this has been Karen Barrett, and I hope these tips are helpful for you. And that's it, I guess. I don't know how to close this. Have a wonderful day and learn to love yourself and appreciate yourself overall. Bye.